Hi, my name is Nortala, and the topic that I will be discussing today is the maltreatment of children, such as abuse and neglect. Some of the key points that I will be covering today is discipline versus punishment, the different types of abuse, and resources for parents. Going over the difference between discipline and punishment, discipline is the act of teaching or guiding someone. Disciplining a child is an effective way to help children learn socially acceptable behavior and correct misbehavior as well. Punishment is when parents assume that they are disciplining their child, but is used improperly and usually involves violent and harsh physical punishment. The outcome of using physical punishment is violent and aggressive children. Research has proven that 90% of American families use physical punishment to correct misbehavior. Physical punishment is more commonly used in ages 3 to 12 and starts declining around ages 13. The more physical punishment is used with the child, the more the probability of deviance, delinquency, and violent crime. The different types of abuse include physical abuse, emotional and verbal abuse, sexual abuse, and physical, emotional, and psychological neglect. Physical and sexual abuse are the most common types of abuse, while psychological and emotional neglect is the most challenging to detect. Physical abuse is known as visible injuries such as cuts, bruises, and scratches. This type of abuse comes from an innocent act of frustration, so parents don't want to intentionally hurt their child. Quick temper and uncontrollable anger can lead to physical abuse. Emotional abuse is when caregivers criticize, verbally assault, or ignore a child's behavior. They say things such as, "Why can't you do this right?" Verbal abuse can lead to physical abuse in the long run. Emotional or sexual abuse is when any sexual involvement occurs between a child and an adult, such as rape, incest, child pornography, or child prostitution. Many sexual abusers are people that the child actually knows and trusts, such as family members, relatives, neighbors, coaches, teachers, or a babysitter. Research has stated that 46.8% of males have reported to be physically abused and 9.9% have reported sexually abused, while 73% of females have been physically abused and 68.3% have been sexually abused. All types of abuse increase the likelihood of psychiatric illnesses, emotional and behavioral problems such as violence and aggression, and the higher chance of use of illicit drugs. Children who do experience abuse have a higher chance of becoming abusers themselves. Some resources that parents should be aware of are child protective services, family counseling, temporary foster homes, financial assistance, parenting classes, and support groups in the community. As a parent or teacher or a caregiver, it is important to always know how to recognize and report abuse. It is important to be aware of the signs because not all abuse is easy to detect or is visible. There are many places that families can go to receive help. As a healthcare professional, it is our job to always report any types of abuse, even if it's suspected. The Child Abuse Sourcebook is a great read for parents and caregivers, so that it gives them basic information on the different types of abuse, prevention initiatives, legal interventions, and reporting requirements. As a parent, it is always important to have an open communication with your child and always be aware of the people your children are involved with and of their environment. Maltreatment of a child is a serious matter, and it is always important to be aware of the situation and what needs to be done and what needs to take place. Thank you.